everyone. Welcome to our live again. Chit
Hi
chat with
everyone.
Jennifer and Delphine. Hi, my name is Jen, and thank you everyone for tuning in. And for those who are watching us for the first time, my name is Jen. I'm from Singapore, and I'm a working mom to two handsome teenagers. And with me, I have today Delphine. Hi, Delphine.
Hi, I'm Delphine. I'm a working mom of 3 lovely kids and 2 bunnies. I'm from Singapore as well.
Yes. So, welcome again. Today is actually our fourth episode and actually our final episode for the month about finding magic in our lives. So, today we have, of course, another guest who is with us, and let's invite her and welcome, Liv.
Hi,
Hello.
Lee. Hi,
Hello,
welcome.
everyone. Yeah, thanks, ladies, for having me with you today. Yes, so yeah, hi to everyone else. My name is Liv. I'm also from Singapore, so I'm a working mother to two beautiful kids, and also a digital business owner as well.
Yes. Thank you, Lee, for coming to join us despite having a very busy lifestyle with the kids and work. So, today our topic is to talk about how do we deal with negativities in our life. So, how do we actually find a magical way out of the negativities that we face? Yeah, so maybe Lee, you want to share with us some of your
Sure,
magical ways?
definitely. Yeah, so honestly, when you came to me, right, to tell me about talking about this magical way of negativity, something very close to heart. Yeah, so I really think that I would love to share it today. And the reason for saying so, right, is because to be honest, I feel that through my life, I have been quite a fortunate person. Yeah, to a very large extent, until over the past few years, right, quite a lot of things have happened. And if I have to talk about negativity, I think it mainly took place over the past few years. Yeah, but when I look at it, this negativity and how I managed to walk out of it had kind of like changed me as a person. So just to share a little bit maybe about what had happened. So um, for about 3 years ago or so, this is also the time where I'm kind of like I'm happy because so to share a bit more first, okay? So I have two kids. One of them is turning 6 this year. The youngest one is turning 1.5 this year. So about 3 years ago, I was a typical happy wife. So me and my husband, we had a good income. Then of course, our daughter was growing up. So a fortunate, simple little family we have over there. Yeah. But that's also the period where I was struggling a little bit because it's always a struggle between wanting to be a mother, always there for my daughter, versus having a good career, which I thought is very important for me to be a good mother. So it started years ago where I started to have to commit a lot of time at work. And because of that, it did strain the relationship at home. I did not have enough time for my family and my kids. Yeah, and naturally, things at home being the relationship with my daughter and also my husband um, got a bit difficult at times. Yeah, but then again, for me, it was a difficult decision. It was kind of like the peak of my career as well back then. Yeah, so I always have to make a decision between choosing my career first or my family. Yes. But well, and sad to say, today when I look back, sad to say, I had chosen actually my career over my family on a few encounters. Yeah, and therefore as a mother, I'm not very proud today to say sometimes I missed out a lot of key milestones for my eldest daughter. Yeah, like the first time when she was calling mama, I was definitely not the one to hear that. Yeah, and the first time when she walked, I missed it. Yeah, so a couple of regrets here and there. But interestingly, if I talk about the most negative moments, it's probably about 1.5 years ago. That was also the period where been hoping to have another kid in the family. Yeah, and I was quite fortunate to finally have my second child. Yeah, and as I was welcoming him into a family, that was the period of time where the pandemic. And when the pandemic hits us, initially I was I felt that it wouldn't impact me so bad because things have been rather smooth for me all this while, right? And I had a newborn, so I felt very blissful, honestly. But unfortunately, when the pandemic hits, I was kind of like someone who got hit by surprise. I felt because in my second month of my maternity leave, I received a call from my company one day. Yeah, so I was given a golden handshake, and it totally caught me by surprise. Yeah, the reason is because I felt that my role was very critical in the company, and therefore I didn't expect this coming. And if I can be very honest, right, I totally have no second plans for it because I thought that things would just be slower. Yeah, but when it came very hard on me. And also at a bad time where, I had a newborn. I've got two kids to bring up, and the market is like quite bad for me out there at the moment.
Mm,
Well, the worst news of all, right, honestly, was when it happened to my husband as well. So within 2 months, the two of us have a huge responsibility at home. But then both of us are wondering how the next day is what's going to happen the next day. Yeah. So to some extent, we were very scared and worried as well. Yes. So how did I get out? So the important thing is that moment could be very negative to me. I mean, honestly, because I didn't know how I'm going to get out of that. But then again, I felt that that moment was very precious to me because during that period of time when I was trying to look for what to do next, I actually get to spend a lot of time thinking about my life, thinking about what I really want to do in life. Yeah. It lead me to think about, what's most important to me and what can I do with what can I do for them in all situations. Yeah, so every day was a struggle because every day when we wake up, there's a lot of fear. Yeah, we never know what's going to happen next, right? But the
yeah.
first thing that kind of helped me, if I could share, is this thing I realized then was gratitude. Yeah. Initially, I was full of complaints. I blame almost everything, right? Because I thought that why is it me? I know that it's not just me, but the first thought I had feel inside me is why is it me? Yeah, but subsequently, I had a lot of time to really think about what I really still have in life. Yeah, and I realized that having my family safe and sound around me is very important. And then I had my second child, right? And it's something very precious because I miss out all the time that I should have spent with my firstborn. Yeah, but during that period of time, I really watched my son grew up. Yeah, so I played a very important role in him, and I'm very grateful that I can actually do that. And with this, it kind of shifted my mindset as well. It prompted me to eagerly, of course, not just look for another job, but start to find a plan B for myself. And I think that's important, yeah, because there was a period of time where I really have a lot of time to go and look for my plan B. And I spoke to a lot of people, and my mindset, I felt different. Yeah, I felt like I no longer feel um, while I still feel fearful about what's going to happen, but I feel more in control because I know that I know why I need to work so hard for, right? Because I have two beautiful kids to raise up, and I knew that there's a lot of opportunities so long as my mind is open to them. Yeah, so being grateful and gratitude, the gratitude that I have was one main thing that actually did help me walk out of the negativity. Until today, I still count my blessings every morning. Yeah, because it's been like 1.5 years since it happened. Things have changed quite a fair bit. Yeah, and I think it's also because that um, I'm grateful for every single thing, including being able to wake up every morning. That's one thing that really helped. The second thing that got me out of negativity, right, is accepting the reality. Yeah, which was also quite difficult, right? I was in denial for a while. It was quite tough for me because I think from a self-esteem perspective, I felt that I had failed. Well, because I was doing well in my career, and the moment when I was let go, I felt that it's because I wasn't good and I couldn't do anything else. That had hit me for quite a long time. Yeah, but during that period of time as well as I was seeking opportunities, right? I'm quite glad that I realized that to a lot of people who suffer the same experience as me, it's not because that we are no good. I mean, the situation and the environment was bad. Yeah, and that helps me a lot because it let me realize that I shouldn't take it personally. And the minute that I accepted the reality, things change as well because I accepted that. I should be planning ahead instead of looking too much into the past, which is not going to change. And with that, I cross my boundaries to accept more challenges in life. And I'm pretty, in fact, I open my mind and I can visualize a different me, a person who's very different from the past, like 2 decades, how I'm going to be going forward. And the acceptance part today, when I look back, is also something that got me out of the negativity. Because had I still lived in the past, I probably won't be able to discover so many good things in my life that came over the next 1.5 year. Yes, and of course, finally, I think I will attribute being aware of my environment as the final thing, right, that got me out of my negativity as well. Um, the interesting part is during that the 1.5 year ago, when I was looking for opportunities, I came across many, yeah, and to an extent that as if not having an income at home was bad enough, right? I actually make a wrong decision in my plan B, and I was scammed of my last few savings. Yeah, so that was it was a total misjudgment that I had, and it got me really thinking even further from the current state of negativity. Yeah, but it was also that moment, right, that I realized that um, is that I realized that much as that incident was unfortunate, I was able to make a better assessment um, going forward than in that scam itself. Yeah, so and that really helped me because right after the scam, there were opportunities that came across. Some of which I worry there's going to be another scam because I just got out of a scam. Yeah, but with very careful conversations and research and everything else done, it got me started on my digital business, which ended up to be some really nice blessing that happened for me over this period of time. Because through this digital business, I found myself again. Yeah, and not just finding myself again, I find an opportunity for me to be able to have a good business that can earn money, but yet at the same time bring meaning to people. Yeah, and grow as a person and the community and all. So those were that three magical things, in my opinion, that really got me out of the negative moments that I had about this 1.5 year ago. Yeah, and so today I'm very thankful, right, that I managed to step out. Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing. Thanks, Lee, for sharing with us. All these. I think, personally, as I hear, I could feel that a lot of things I can resonate with you because those are some of the things that I personally also go through. Particularly like the struggling between having to choose between career and our children. The type of guilt, the type of regret that we have. But I think most importantly, you have actually merged out as a stronger person, and it makes you able to know what you want in life. This is really
Totally
awesome.
agree.
Yeah.
I think whatever Leaf has actually gone through is quite common, I think, for working
Yes.
moms, because
Yes.
especially in the
Yes.
in Singapore, where the living expenses and living lifestyle is, is a bit high. So for us to actually choose between our career and our family, we still need to survive. We have to be practical. So I think
Yes.
logically, all the parents will actually choose to have a career over a family, because we still need that income to actually feed the family. So I think that is pretty
Right.
natural, but sad, I would say so, because for a 9 to 5 job, we have to sacrifice, the time with the family, the time to watch your little one growing up. I think that's something that we can, find it back. Lah. Yeah, but that is something that is really real in this world. That's why we always need a plan B to actually, have a backup on that portion.
Right. Yeah.
So for Jennifer?
For me, actually, in my life, there's many adversities. But I think the more impactful ones I can think of is, the first one is actually I had a near death experience. So actually, because of my near death incident, right, I actually become very fearless person. And actually, not only fearless person, I become more appreciative of my life. And then even like basically I become a stronger fighter, generally. Then And then the other one was there was a stage where actually I almost lost my children. And yeah, it was I mean, it's very heartbreaking, but I guess after I had a second chance to be reunited with them, I learned how to provide unconditional love to them. And now every day I count my blessings and very grateful that I'm being blessed with them. And in fact, I also told myself that from now on, I will not allow anything to come between us, and I will not sacrifice anything to have time with them. So this is something that very impactful for me as well. And the last very impactful in my life was sad to say, but I was actually I gone through a religious scam. Actually, that led me to a financial situation that I have to start my life from scratch again. Yeah, but to me, my philosophy in life has always been that everything happens for a reason, and I believe that it's always for a good reason. Is maybe at this point of time we cannot see the reason and we cannot appreciate it, but when time to come, we will realize that actually it is a blessing in disguise. So like for this situation, in fact, I am very thankful in a way that very thankful that I had this situation, because without it, right, I would not have gone through a very I'm not going through a desperation stage where I had so much strong desire to change my life. And because I had such a strong desire to change my life, I began to look out for opportunities. And this is actually how I found this online business. And actually, again, because I feel that it's a blessing in disguise, because I found this online business, that it actually led me to really find out that and made me realize that what actually I want in life. So what I want in life is truly, I have big dreams to fulfill for my children, and I have always wanted to do volunteering and community work, particularly in areas of helping cancer children, helping children in shelter, and saving and rescuing cats. These are my top priorities. So when I realized that actually these are the things that I want to fulfill in my life, then I realized that, okay, what I need, it gave me the direction that I needed time and financial freedom. So then, as I go along, then I realized that actually this online business is the only platform that allows me to fulfill this financial and time freedom, and with a reasonably small amount of capital needed. I mean, come on, at that point of time, I was really going through financial hardship, but I see lots of potential in this. And I think it's a reasonable small amount of capital that I'm still able to work around things. Yeah, so and because it's like this online business meets my criteria, able to work at my own time, at my own schedule, and then it's like video-based training. Is so structured. I've got no experience in this area, but it's so structured that I could learn, and I have all the backup support, all the backup system, the automation tools that run 24/7, that I don't have to even spend time and money to recreate myself. And I think really what is really amazing is also we had a very supportive community with coaches and mentors to help us along the way. Yeah, so some other things that really attracted me is that there's no selling of products, there's no bugging of friends, no inventories, no maintenance costs. So when I came across this business opportunity, I literally just jump onto it, because I feel that this is my only chance and only platform to be able to make a comeback in life and fulfill my dreams. Yeah. So I mean, as you hear me saying, actually you may think, wow, it sounds too good to be true, right? I mean, where got such good deal? But indeed, I just want to share that this is really a legitimate business with real people, with success story, real money. I can only say you find it out for yourself. This is really the only thing I can say. So I always like to share with people when people come and ask me. I always like to tell them that, to me, I can only say this is a gift that is being given to you. When this gift is given to you, it's really up to you to decide whether you want to open up and find out what are the precious things inside for you. Yeah. So these are some of the things that I've gone through that have like pushed me to desperation, but yet, because I'm a fighter that I've experienced in my life, that, I push me back into, or rather I spring it back into the positive mindset and positive way, instead of dwelling in negativity and then allowing myself to spiral down. Yeah.
Actually, so I think the very strong mindset is very important. That
yes.
To get us back.
Right. It is really not easy because going through all this, right, and particularly having to overcome the scam and starting from scratch again, it is not easy to be continuously being strong and not sucked down by the negativity. I have to be honest, at times I will go into a downward spiral, but then I have to quickly try to pick myself up. And I'm very, very appreciative because when I embark on this business, a group of very, all of us are very same. We have the same positive mindset, and people like you, Delphine, Leaf, and many other mentors and coaches around. They help each other, and with the positivity that they have around me, actually helped me tremendously because I have no time for negativities. I only have time for positivity and know that what are the things that I need to do to achieve my dreams and to so-called make a comeback for myself. Yeah.
Actually, the people that you mix with actually will also get you out of your negativity because it's the positive energy that that the person have lah, or the people that you are with.
I kind of think this is important because there are people who extend their helping hands, right? But to accept the invitation to let them help us is very important. Yeah, because in moments like this where if we choose to still live by ourselves in our own world, right? It's very difficult for us to get out of it. So like Jen yourself, the community that we have over here is something very precious. In none of the business that I ever came across, right? There exists such a community that's here to make sure everyone succeeds.
Yes.
Actually, not even in the corporate world.
Never. And they don't I just find that they don't just think that they'll help you to succeed just in terms of your business success, but personal success in terms of personal growth, in our life. People genuinely take interest in you as a human being. I think that makes a lot of difference.
Totally agree with that.
How about Delphine? You want to share how?
Actually, comparing to the two of you, actually, I would say my life is pretty good. Okay, except for it has been quite a smooth journey all the way, for the past 40 years plus. Even in corporate world, okay, of course, corporate world, there are people who will backstab you, who will be jealous of you with red eyes and things like that. But I always tell myself to just ignore. I think that's one of my ways of getting out of negativity lah. I simply just can't be bothered lah. To me, is okay. I do my job. I perform well. That is based on my own ability. I do not, step on people to get up, or I do not leverage on any other people or snatch up people. As in how do you say that? Just I do not
not at other people's expense.
Yeah, correct. I don't snatch their, the things that they do, or and present it as myself. I don't do that. As long as I am, I answer it to myself, then I think that's it. So I do not actually be bothered much with what people say or what people do behind. Yeah. So I think the ignorance that I ignore them. I think that's the powerful part of myself lah. I'm pretty proud of that lah, because people always say that, how to ignore, they will keep saying behind your backs and things like that. So to me is I have my self motivation. I have things that I motivate myself with, so I just ignore them as well. So that's in the corporate world when I was in the corporate world then. But back at home, although the family lives are quite smooth, from the kids getting from young until now. I think every family have their own set of issues lah. For me,
Yes.
it's pretty minor, I would say lah. I'm blessed with that, and I'm pretty grateful with that. Yeah, the little things that just a part of it, which happened quite recently, with my 14 years old daughter. So we have a bit of issue with her, actually my husband and I. So we found out something from accidentally on what has happened to her outside in school. Okay, outside out of the house, and it happened in school. So we actually have a talk with her. I consulted a parental consultant on how should I manage a teenage, how to chat with a teenager, because I personally grew up in a family where I self-manage myself, frankly speaking. Okay, I shifted out at the age of 16. I live without my parents. Okay, my parents, they have that, but I shifted out of our house and I stayed with someone. So I do not live under a parents' love and guidance or whatever. I totally live out of my own, based on my own way of living. So I have seen the bad side of the society, the good side of the society, and things like that. I think outside world is it can be dangerous, it can be beautiful. Depends on how you look at it. So from my own experiences, I related to her, and we had a heart-to-heart talk on this. So that day the atmosphere was, I was really crying, like don't know whatever, because I really wanted to show her how much love I had for her, and I don't want her to go through whatever I have gone through. The journey, that the bad journey, or the that I have gone through. So I do not want her to go through that, because as a mom, I fear my kids, especially she's a girl, so I fear that she might get cheated or whatever outside. So I had a real good, my husband and I had a real good heart-to-heart talk with her after getting some advices lah. And surprisingly, actually, I wasn't quite positive about it, because teenager is hard to really get things in their mind, I would say. It's really hard to understand what they're thinking. And I would think, okay, it's vice versa. It's hard for them to understand what we are thinking as well. I would say that, to be fair. Okay, so that's why we seek for advice. But I was quite surprised that it actually turned out to be very positive. I was thinking of it as, okay, worst come to worst, I will just go all the way. Because this is what I, as a parent, as a mom, I have to tell her. I have to let her know, So I just say whatever I want to tell her, no matter how, how even if it's not good words or whatever, whether she likes it or she don't likes it, I will just say my piece, because as a parent, I will feel that. But it turns out that she actually accepted it. I think probably because I was really crying with my heart out. I was really showing her all my heart that I feel as a mom, and as a mom feel for their children, how it is. So I think she can feel how I actually feel and what I have said to her. So after that that episode, we had with her, I started to think that actually, why have I been holding back my feelings for them? As parents, probably we would feel that we cannot let the children know too much of our feeling, otherwise they will, start over cover our head or whatever. But after this incident, I started to think more positively of sharing my thoughts and my feelings with them, to let them know and to let them feel how it is as a parent, for fear, for happiness, or whatever, to them. So it's really a vice versa thing. So I show them how I feel openly, very openly. We do not hide anything anymore from that day on. I do not. Okay, and she started to open herself up to me as well. So that's something that I see positively, because as a teenager, it's actually very hard for them to open their heart to you. So
Yes.
I actually
Mm.
use 将心比心 lah,
Mm.
to let her feel this. And she has been very open up with me after that incident. We move on. We do not hop on that old issue anymore. So she started to share things that happened in the school, with her life, with her friends, and how she feels. And her relationship with her brothers as well has also improved actually a lot. Yeah. So it's not as bad as what I think initially.
Mm.
So I would think that, sometimes when you really use your heart to talk to someone or be grateful with something, it really works differently in a way.
Yeah.
So that's my little small part of getting out the negativity. Although my life is quite well all the while.
You know, Daphne, even though my children, my kids are still young, so I have yet to experience what you have experienced. But it is expecting all this, right, that also
Yeah.
make me step up and move out of those negative moments, because I could still remember the times where my daughter would rather talk and let my helper carry her than to even acknowledge me. Honestly, it hurts me so much, right? I'll be thinking that I've been working so hard. Yeah, but why?
Yes.
But well, she's only 3 years old. But it's that kind of pain that I could never forget. And a lot
Yeah.
of parents, I mean, a lot of mothers, not just me, have gone through this. But it pushed me a lot, especially during that period of time where I'm blessed enough to watch my second child grow up. I know that, like what Jennifer is saying, having the time flexibility in whatever I do going forward is also one of the priority. Yeah. So yeah, if I have to pick a business, it has to be something that don't just bring the money. You have to bring the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of business out there. I mean, money can be earned in many methods, but the other aspects of it, like having flexibility time or having your children be part of your business and to have fun along with you, I think that part is very
Yes.
precious. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah. And I
it
feel
really
I
reminds me of the time.
yes. So I feel also that it is never too late. I mean, for me, my kids are already teenagers, right? But I miss a big part as well, right? But it's
Mm,
never too late. And in fact, teenagers is no, it's definitely a better time. It's a good time to be part of their life again. So I just really want to share to all parents out there is it's never too late as long as
mm,
we have the heart and we have the desire to do something. Definitely we can make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely, never too late to have time freedom and financial freedom for your own future and for your
mm.
children.
The choice is actually leave up to the parents, because the chances is always there.
Mm,
So you just have to
Yes.
make the right choice, you know.
yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thanks Lee for your sharing. Thank you, Jennifer, as well,
Problem.
and thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Thank
all
you,
the
everyone.
audience.
everyone.
Yeah, for
Yes,
watching
yes.
our
Mm,
4 series of Magic in Our Lives. Today, as Jen mentioned, is our last series. So we'll be back with a new series, new topics in September. So
Yes.
till
Yeah.
then, just stay tuned to our page. And to that, to if we actually have a complimentary webinar, so that will talk more about on this business. So if you're interested to know more, to gain your time freedom, financial freedom, more time for your children, do register at our webpage below here.
Yes. And this is the gift that I was talking about. So there is this gift given to you. It's up to you whether you want to open up and find out what is it that is inside. Yeah.
mm.
So with that, we thank you so much for your time, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you,
Thank
everybody.
you,
Eve. Thanks,
everyone.
Daphne. And
Yes.
we will see you again
In
next
the
week in
Yeah,
September. Yeah.
in our
Thank
next
you so
series.
much and
See
goodbye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.